Jets and Pittsburgh Steelers are facing off on Sunday, October 9th. This game is a good illustration of the fascinating NFL betting market. The Jets seem to have fallen out of favor in the public eye, as they are off to a 1-3 start and they are just 1-2-1 against the spread. The Steelers are laying a touchdown, and the total is in the high 40s, and the line may be inflated as Pittsburgh is coming off an excellent primetime game. The Jets missed the playoffs last year, and sentiment was that this team would bounce back this season. It's been ugly the last 2 weeks for the Jets, who have not been favored in a game yet this season. The Steelers, who are 3-1 straight up and against the spread, are laying their biggest number this season. Ryan Fitzpatrick has thrown 10 interceptions through 4 games. He's only thrown 4 touchdown passes and has only completed 55.8% of his passes after a long, well-publicized holdout to get paid. That has not created a lot of goodwill for Fitzpatrick. In his defense, he has been under attack as the Jets don't have much of a running game, and Eric Decker is now out. Brandon Marshall has only caught 16 of his 39 targets so far this year. There are a lot of issues with this Jets offense. They have played 2 very good secondaries the last 2 weeks in Kansas City and Seattle, so maybe they can get on track in this game. Defensively, the Jets have held the opposition to 3.1 yards per carry, so that's the good news. The bad news is that the secondary has been awful. Opponents are completing 71.4% of their passes this year, and that's really bad news going into a game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Jets have 11 sacks, which is tied for 6th in the NFL, but they can't cover when they don't get to the passer. It's not just that the Jets are giving up a lot of completions, but they've also given up 13.5 yards per catch, which is the second most in the league. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 3-1, and offensively, Ben Roethlisberger hasn't been able to get fully on track. But everything changed with the return of Le'Veon Bell last week against Kansas City. With one of his top targets and one of the game's top running backs, the Steelers' offense racked up 436 yards, and Roethlisberger only had 5 incompletions against a very good secondary. The Steelers ran for 5.7 yards per carry. This offense is very scary for the teams coming up on Pittsburgh's schedule, including the subpar Jets defense. The injury report for Pittsburgh is really ugly this week. The offense should be fine, but there are some defensive worries. Sikens Golson is out. Jarvis Jones, Robert Golden, and Ryan Shazer are all questionable. The Steelers don't have much of a pass rush, so 4 key injuries in the back 7 may be a bit of a worry against the Jets if Ryan Fitzpatrick can throw to the guys in the green rather than the guys in the black and gold. Pittsburgh has limited its opponents to 11.3 yards per carry, and they've stuffed the run for the most part, so it's a situation where the Jets offense will have to play well to even stay in this game. Laying big chalk in the NFL is rarely the way to go. Pittsburgh has given up 556 yards after catch, so maybe the Jets can give Fitzpatrick some safe underneath throws to get him into rhythm. The Steelers' offense was firing on all cylinders with Le'Veon Bell back, and the Jets have had all sorts of coverage issues this season. This line is inflated, but it's probably a field goal higher than it would have been a week or 2 ago. Even still, the Steelers' offense should be able to name its score, and the Jets don't have that luxury. Our pick is the Pittsburgh Steelers at -7. For our pick and prediction on this game and every other game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out bangthebook.com.